Next up is self-confessed serial entrepreneur Alexei Dayak from London. Remember, he needs all the cash he came in for, or he walks away with nothing.
And I'm after £20,000 for 20% equity in Family Fridge Limited.
Hello, my name's Alexei and I'm here today to ask you for £20,000 for a 20% equity share in Family Fridge Limited. Family Fridge is a free website that allows families to manage everyday life online. The site cleverly combines social networking features with organisational tools so that families can plan events, upload photos, store reminders and contact details and much more besides, all within a secure, private and easy-to-use environment. OK, so this is the home page. This is where you can see at a glance what's been going on. You've got the week ahead, your post-its down the bottom here. So the calendar, photos and the gift list. Great place to record items that you would like to be bought. So it makes the buying and receiving of gifts that much more enjoyable and hopefully puts an end to getting socks for Christmas. We launched a month ago. So far we have 800 users. We've got a glowing 4-star review in Web User Magazine, which is the market leader, and we have agreed terms with the largest online gadget retailer to sponsor the gift list. So that's the business. I would love to answer any questions that you might have.
The 26-year-old businessman seems confident, but the Dragons are still unclear as to what's on offer.
If you had to explain this, Alexei, in a very brief, let's say you meet somebody at a party and so forth. Yeah. I run Family Fridge, we do X. What's the piece of it that you really think is going to draw people in?
Well, it's helping families that are willing to engage with technology, to organise and to share media in a way that they might not have done previously for a number of reasons. Is that?
So let's say I'm a 17-year-old young lady,
yeah,
and I hear about Family Fridge, and I go home and tell my parents, I said, we've got to be on Family Fridge.
Yeah.
Why?
Because it will make life easier. Because
how?
By being more organised and by being able to share media.
So everybody puts their calendar on there, and we all know where each other are.
Yeah, that's one part of it.
Good. Okay.
Yeah.
Then what?
Sharing photos.
Wait, what's the tagline? This strikes me as a company with a tagline.
I've used a fresh approach to family interactions.
That's a bit clunky.
OK.
Alexei can't get the words quite right for Julie Meyer. Will he fare any better on the numbers for Chef Rasool?
Alexei, where do you see this business in 3 years' time?
Let's take 50,000 users as our benchmark, and I know we can pour over the advertising revenue, but at that rate, at 50,000 users, we could expect maybe £300,000 ad revenue, something like that.
Now, I know dozens of websites that have got 200, 300,000 users. OK, but the owners of these websites don't have that sort of multiple.
I believe it has the potential to do that. Within the family, there's so many avenues for opportunity. I've had interest from advertisers already, big advertisers, that want to be part of this project.
Give me an example of a big advertiser.
The National Trust. I was contacted by an agency saying that the National Trust were interested in advertising on Family Fridge. That would be the biggest so far.
The disclosure that a major company could be interested in advertising on Alexei's website has struck a chord with Julie Meyer, who's made millions from web-based ventures.
Tell me what the business model is.
OK.
It's early days.
Yeah, it's early days. And I've looked at the path of some of the successful sites before now, and they start by providing something useful. And that's what creates the community, that's what gets the users in. So my aim for the time being is just to get the numbers up. In terms of monetisation, I think there are two main routes that are available to us. One would be advertising. At the moment, there's no advertising on the site, but that is one option. The other will be through the gift list. The agreement that we've agreed with this gadget retailer. They want to be the sponsors of the gift list. In return for that, I will be at the top of their newsletter, which will be to 900,000 people, with a graphic, blog and a link. So I'm hoping that's going to make numbers go through the roof.
Is this your first firm?
No, it's not. I've been passionate about enterprise, I guess, since school, since a young age. Most recently, started an eBay drop-off shop in Manchester.
Sure.
This was a couple of years back. That did really well. That got me a nomination for Young Entrepreneur of the Year.
Alexi's got his pitch back on track, but will either of the Dragons invest the £20,000 he needs?
I think there's something which interests, you know, developing a concept around the family, that data business, that's of interest. So I'm going to make you an offer to put in £20,000, and that £20,000, instead of purchasing 20% of the business, would purchase 30% of the business. And I want you to find another £5,000 over the first 6 months to invest, to show some further commitment to it.
OK, I think that's doable.
Okay. You know, I think, Alexi, I think I've got experience with data business. First of all, having set up a social network, essentially, which is what my previous business was, First Tuesday. And so I've built communities and networks, and I just promise you a time investment in it.
Thank you for the offer.
Julie Meyer is making a strong pitch for herself. Will Shafrazul bid against his rival?
Alexa, you strike me as a very dynamic individual. I will match Julie's offer, and really you will have to decide which dragon backs you. The thing I want to remind you is I'm an entrepreneur rather than an investor. I have built a number of very successful businesses. I have a lot of contacts. I would get one of my people to sit down, basically work on a business plan. I would get a couple of other companies that I've invested in terms of internet businesses, to sit with you, see if we can evolve your website, see if you could work in conjunction with them. But really, ultimately, the decision's yours now.
Both Dragons want 10% more equity than Alexi was willing to give away, and they want him to invest £5,000 of his own money. It's decision time for Alexi.
It's just prudent of me to ask if either of you are willing to maybe get rid of that £5,000 that I'd have to put in over the next 6 months.
No, because we want to see some commitment from you.
That's fair.
I thought about asking for 10, if that makes you feel better.
Slightly. OK. Shaf, thank you very much for your offer and for the kind words. But Julie, I would really love to work with you on this one and make it happen. So I'd love to accept your offer.
Wonderful, wonderful. Great.
Thank you.
Excellent.
All right. Thank you very much, Shaf. I appreciate it. So, thank you.
Good luck.
Thank you very much.
Excellent.
OK.
Fantastic. Family
Oh,
fridge.
yes. Family fridge is going to be big.
Alexi has got the investment he came for. He had to part with 30% of his company, but leaves the den with the cash he needed and a new business partner in Julie Meyer.
I think it'll be fun.
A nice lifestyle business. But I would have made him exceptionally wealthy.
I caught up with him after the deal in the online den.
You've just had two dragons fighting over you. How did that feel?
Awesome.
What made you go with Julie?
Her background, I think, and looking at her achievements to date and in the industry that she's chosen to be in is just a lot more relevant to what I'm looking to do. So it was a no-brainer from my point of view.
All right, well, congratulations.
Thanks very much.
Finally, we see the colour of the dragon's money.